Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Fun article today. Why are urban turkeys thriving? As many wild populations decline, some city dwellers flourish and may become a source of reintroductions to rural areas. Wild turkeys causing a stir in cities around the United States, whether strutting around sidewalks, stopping traffic, or foraging in yards. These once elusive birds are no longer just creatures of the countryside. Now they're making themselves at home in urban environments, turning neighborhoods and parks and golf courses into their new stomping grounds. The article goes through and talks about the rise and fall in rural turkey population and the sharp rise in urban turkey population. Wild turkeys moving into cities is a relatively new phenomenon. Over the past few decades, these large birds have found their way into urban areas like New York, Madison, Wisconsin, Boston, and Berkeley, California. Turkeys are remarkably adaptable, says Sonny Carew, a wildlife biologist and public engagement coordinator in the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, who notes the turkeys have now been sighted in all 5 boroughs. A lot of New Yorkers don't even give them enough credit for figuring how to survive in cities. And, give turkeys a lot of credit. They were once virtually extinct. I know here in the state of Minnesota, we had lost our turkey population. It was gone. It was extinct. The turkeys we have here now were reintroduced from Missouri. I have a article here that I will link into the story, into the comments. Once on the brink of extinction in Minnesota and beyond, wild turkeys are now a common sight in the Twin Cities and greater Minnesota residents alike. In fact, the turkey is one of Minnesota's biggest conservation success stories. Prior to European colonizations, turkeys flourished, but the bird was all but extirpated or killed off in Minnesota by hunting and habitat loss. After decades of unsuccessfully trying to reintroduce turkeys from a handful of states, 29 turkeys from Missouri were introduced to southeast Minnesota between 1971 and 1973. These birds took hold, and after many subsequent introductions, viable populations were established across the state. Today, the DNR estimates there are over 70,000 wild turkeys in Minnesota. And again, I'll link that story into the comments, but they're almost a problem. We've had stories in the news about turkeys down in Shakopee and the Chanhassen area getting into people's garages, into their garbages, just basically causing a lot of problems. They're everywhere. I have a video of one that was out at my bird feeder just last year. Hammered the whole bird feeder down, knocked all of it down, ate everything that was there. I've had to keep an eye out for them because of my chickens. They're everywhere now. They're everywhere. They are a success story, but damn. I mean, out here they have to deal with coyotes and everything. In the cities, they don't have to. And the article here does talk about that, but it talks about a lot of cool stuff. One example of how comfortable turkeys have become in cities unfolded this past spring in Manhattan. There was a female turkey that just randomly showed up on Madison Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, recalls Coro. She became known as Astoria by her fans, and birdwatchers flocked to see her. She took up residence in Park Avenue's large trees and hung out above the entrance to Saks Fifth Avenue, a luxury department store. However, after around a week, she relocated to the quieter Roosevelt Island in the East River between Manhattan and Queens. They're very capable flyers. They are birds. Not like an ostrich. They are a bird. But, yeah, turkeys are amazing creatures. This is why Benjamin Franklin wanted to have the turkey as the national symbol of the United States. He didn't want the bald eagle. He thought the bald eagle was a scavenger. And the turkey would stand proudly, puff its feathers, and not back down That's what Benjamin Franklin, one of our founding fathers, thought. Be kind of crazy to think about having on the back of your money, on the back of every coin, not the bald eagle, but a turkey. It'd be different. It'd be very different. But yeah, as we all sit down and we have our turkey on this Thanksgiving, I thought this was kind of a neat story. The reintroduction of the wild turkey. It's been a success story. There's a lot of natural success stories, some far better than others, some not so good. You know, we've got invasive species also. That's a huge problem. The silver carp going up the Mississippi and Illinois and Ohio rivers, wreaking havoc. That's clearly not good. We've got zebra mussels in thousands of lakes in Canada, Midwest, Minnesota for sure. We have a huge infestation of them. But as far as turkeys have been a massive success. It's great to see. It's great to see. They can be kind of a pain, but it's great to see. But as we all sit down this Thanksgiving, hopefully we have a lot to give thanks for. I certainly do. I'm the luckiest person in the world, and I'm the first one to say it. I've been blessed by God, and there's no other way of putting it. I've been incredibly blessed. And I'm fortunate to be able to sit in front of you today and just talk about the things that basically interest me. Wild turkeys interest me. They always have for years. I was a member of the National Wild Turkey Federation when they were doing their reintroductions here into the state. There were so few of them. And their range was so limited. It was in southern Minnesota almost exclusively. As a hunter, I was hunting in northern Minnesota up in the Reamer area, in Grand Rapids, Reamer, Cass County. And to see a turkey or a pheasant was unheard of. Unheard of. I was up in Cass County just a couple weeks ago at a client, and I saw a gaggle of turkeys, had to be at least a dozen to 15 of them strong. You see them all around Lake Mille Lacs in Mille Lacs County. The wild turkey is everywhere in Minnesota. It has become an amazing success. Like it says in this story, 70,000 wild turkeys in the state of Minnesota. I tend to when was this article? It doesn't give me a date on when this was. It doesn't give me a date. I'm going to assume that that's an undercount. I just have to think that that's an undercount. Turkeys are strong in rural Minnesota. They may be losing in other states, but here in Minnesota, they're strong. We see them everywhere, and in the Twin Cities, they are so common. It's an amazing story. It's a wonderful story, and it's a great story for Thanksgiving. It's a story of hope that we can fix our mistakes. We made the mistake of driving the turkey essentially to extinction in the United States, and we certainly did here in Minnesota. We can fix our mistakes, and there's hope. And we can give thanks. We can give thanks for the opportunity of hope. On this Thanksgiving, I have a lot to give thanks for. Anyone watching this, I thank you for watching. And to everyone out there, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.